If they hit you hard, say, good job.
Nice hit, big man. Oh, hey, nice hit, buddy. Oh, nice hit, man.
Don't forget to become a member of the Bit Squad. As a Bit Squad member, you have the opportunity this month to win a Nano Ledger S, sponsored by Nimic. Like and comment on each of our videos this month for the maximum number of entries. Must be a subscriber to win. Hey Bit Squad, welcome back to the channel. Here we are, another day in crypto. Not much going on in the markets, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. We're going to look at maybe what might happen during the next bull run. We have our fresh 5 stories of the day, where we're going to be talking about a possible BitTorrent competitor. We're going to be talking about some quotes from Vitalik Buterin. We're going to be talking Quadriga. We're going to be talking about Twitter. And we're also going to be talking about something big going on with Basic Attention Token and also Coinbase. But make sure you are a subscriber to our channel so you can win that ledger. The winner from our last contest just contacted me, getting that sent out here pretty soon. But I'm going to try to keep the video short today. We'll see. You guys know I'm long-winded, but I want these fresh 5 videos to be pretty short and concise. So let's see if I can do it. What do you guys think? My money's on no, but we'll see. Market Watch. All right, guys, so the markets are coming in at 111.6 billion. We have Bitcoin dominance down a hair at 53.6%. Bitcoin itself is coming in at 3414. If you guys didn't know, it did drop below 3,400 recently. It got down to 3998. But then it went right back up. So, you know, it's showing that 3,400 is a very tough support level to break. We'll have to see if it will break. I think it may, but I don't know if this thing's gonna get back down to 32 or 33. We'll just have to see. So big news in the top 10. We have a new entrant into the top 10. We have Binance Coin pushing out Bitcoin SV. I did predict that this would happen this year, and it happened much quicker than I thought it would, that Bitcoin SV would be out of the top 10. If we look at the charts over here, it's kind of interesting because this up here is the Binance chart and this is the Bitcoin SV chart. And I bet if you watch this point right here, when this thing started a huge green candle, that was probably the exact moment the Binance coin passed it. And we know that Bitcoin SV is nothing but manipulation. And so obviously as soon as it thought it was going out of the top 10, they tried to force it back up, and briefly it did, but then it went back down. So hopefully we'll get rid of this thing out of the top 10 and not have to worry about it anymore. So top 10 gainers of the day, we have Veritasium, which could possibly be a scam. We have Basic Attention Token on the heels of the Coinbase news. Siacoin, OneChain, and Binance rounding out the top 5. Binance coin has just been on a tear recently. Biggest losers of the day, we have Holochain continuing to correct. Theta token from the correction from yesterday, Decentraland, Project Pi, and Nexo. So I know the markets have been very boring lately, which admittedly so, right? There hasn't been a ton going on, but I found this article talking about what's going to be special about the next bull run. Basically, the argument made in this article is that the next bull run has a chance to be absolutely epic due to the fact that people understand the technology better. Crypto projects are being built right now in this bear market so that by the time the next one comes, there will actually be products. And then, of course, when you add in the institutional investing and the media coverage that surely will come, you know, maybe give you guys something to look forward to in terms of maybe another bull run, maybe being able to give us those kind of gains that we all want, right? So we'll just have to see. Of course, not financial advice. Maybe didn't even have to say that. I think you guys know at this point. Number 5. So piggybacking off of our story from last night where we talked about Jack Dorsey, talking about the Lightning Network, I mentioned he's a Bitcoin maximalist. And we've got more evidence of that. So there's been more tweets from him, which really shows that I think he monitors the crypto community, at least the Bitcoin community. But I would say the crypto community in large because he knows a lot about these other coins. So we have these tweets from him. Someone said he needed ETH. He said, nah. Someone said buy ETH. He said no. And he said, I only have Bitcoin. So I thought that was pretty funny. Kind of throwing some shade at Ethereum. Also threw some shade at Bitcoin Cash. As you guys can see in the tweet behind me. And it just keeps going to show this guy's a Bitcoin maximalist, and that, you know, I doubt there will be any more cryptocurrencies added to the Cash App anytime soon. Number 4. We have Quadriga CX's CEO's widow hounded by accusations. So if you don't know about Quadriga, it was a huge exit scam. We just did a podcast, recorded a podcast on this on Beers and Bitcoins. We'll be releasing later this week, where we talked with a guy who researched and did that great video I shared with you guys last night, or a couple nights ago it may have been. But, you know, this is a sad part of the story to me because I don't feel like the wife was involved in this. And I think there's a 0% chance we're getting the story at face value that he died and just no one has access to the keys. A lot of people think he faked his death, exit scammed, whatever. But regardless, there's one person in this who I feel like has just been caught up in this whirlwind, and this is probably wrecked. I don't know if I'll say her entire life, but she's absolutely wrecked right now. And that's the wife of Gerald Cotton. Because like I said, I don't think even if something, if there was some kind of foul play involved or if there was an exit scam, I don't think she's involved in it. And you got to think that regardless if he faked his death or not, she probably thinks he is dead. Or if not, she thinks that maybe he faked his own death too, which might even be worse if you're a new bride. So I feel really bad for her name is Jennifer Robertson. Like, I feel really bad for her, and my heart goes out to her that while she's going through this really tough grieving time, like she has to face all these accusations of, people giving all kinds of scenarios on what might have happened. I feel really bad for her, and I hope that, something comes around and she gets, that she doesn't have to continue to face this for much longer and she can just move on. But it's a sad situation, but it's also a story we can't say like, oh, okay, we're just going to take this at face value, because there's too many factors in play that at least at bare minimum, there's a lot of weird coincidences. So, I think we're going to continue to report on the story and look at the story, but I also feel really bad for her. And, I'm really sorry that she's having to go through this. Number 3. BitTorrent has a competitor. So we have Upfiring, which has been released as an official dApp. It's live. It is a torrenting dApp. And here's the really interesting thing to me is a lot of people love this. They say Upfiring has been doing a real good job. They've been pushing the tech forward. They've been trying to create a dApp that will make, as you guys can see here, it says to begin uploading files, seeding, and earning UFR, which is a token that goes along with it. Now, what I found very interesting about this is the people that hate BitTorrent, which are the same people who hate Tron. They didn't hate BitTorrent until Tron bought it. All they talk about is how it's absolutely useless. It won't work. They don't need this token. A former employee said it wouldn't work. Like, how dumb do you have to be to really put a lot of credence in a former employee saying that it's not going to work when he was let go before the official Justin Sun transition coming in? These people, they hate on BTT, they hate on Tron, but they love this. Like, oh, this is going to be a great thing here. Why? Because it's a competitor to BitTorrent, and people want to see this do well because they want to see Tron fail. So I think they can both do well. After looking a little bit about what Upfiring is doing with this dApp, I hope they do well. I think that people are really heavily underestimating how important torrenting and file sharding are going to be in the future for, processing information and things like that, or for transferring information. So, definitely something to keep your eye on. I say hats off to them for doing this, but, it is interesting that now just a few days after the BitTorrent sale, or a week, now we have a competitor that is rising. Number 2. So at the Blockchain Connect conference, Vitalik Buterin had a lot of words to say about transactions and why it's like kind of an overblown stat. So let's check out what he had to say here.
Whereas things like, for example, Bitcoin NG or things like the various forms of proof of stake could potentially be safe if you go higher than 10%. But the difference is still very small. So a lot of the time when a blockchain project claims we can do 3,500 TPS because we have a different algorithm, what we really mean is we are a centralized pile of trash that only works because we have 7 nodes running the entire thing.
So basically Vitalik here is saying, and what he says in the longer clip, is that the only thing that's causing a lot of these other blockchain companies to be, or blockchain projects to be able to do higher transactions is simply due to the fact that they have a different algorithm. But with proof of work in the future, Casper upgrade for proof of stake, they're not going to be having to jeopardize security for faster transactions. But yet that's what a lot of these newer blockchain projects are doing, is they have much higher TPS, but their security may not be up to snuff. So I don't know, people brought up some points in the comments about how much decentralization is really needed, because as you saw in the clip, he says that, a lot of these that are running faster, they have less nodes, and so that means they're more centralized. I recall an article Vitalik wrote himself. In that article, Vitalik detailed about how he did not believe that we were ever going to reach full decentralization, that there's always going to have to be some things, whether it's thoughts or ideas, that are centralized to help get something off the ground. So I don't know, is he being nitpicky, hypocritical here? I don't think so, but Vitalik is always good for a soundbite, and that was certainly a good one. The number 1 crypto story of the day. All right, guys, number 1 story of the day, basic attention token now working with Coinbase to be able to give out basic attention tokens as part of the Coinbase Earn program. So what you can do, if you were invited with a link, you can go to Coinbase, take part in some learning sessions where you basically watch some videos. It's educational. And for doing that, you can get up to $10 of basic attention token. So that has a lot to do with why the price of basic attention token went up. And to me, what I think is a big deal about this is we're continuing to see companies see the value of basic attention token. If you've watched my channel, I've been a big fan of it for a long time, and I will continue to be. I think it's, I'm using the Brave browser right now. If you'd like to download the Brave browser, click the video description and you can find it, support the channel. But, I've made money on this browser. I've had people that donated money to me as tips. I've also, by doing, of course, it's an affiliate link. When I say go download it, duh. So if you guys download the affiliate link, I do get a small portion. It's not even $1 that I get, so it's not very much. But over time, it kind of adds up, and I appreciate everyone who's done that. But like I said, the key here is that Coinbase not only recognized the value of it when they put it on as an asset, but they also see the value of being able to send value to people through basic attention token for doing tasks on their computer. So I think we're gonna continue to move to a more and more digital world where, we're gonna be sitting in front of our computers even more than we already are, or our other devices. So I think that this is really good. I think it's a big step for basic attention token. It's a big step for Coinbase to be able to recognize that. And I'll definitely be interested to see how this plays out and see what kind of further involvement they have down the road. So that's all we got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. We have a live stream coming tomorrow with Ken Bozak. It'll be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And until next time, BitBoy out.